This is Jim McKenna from Facilis Technology. I want to talk to you today about FastTracker. FastTracker is our new integrated asset tracking and access application. It offers a way to track all of the video and audio assets on the TerraBlock system or multiple TerraBlock systems and access that media directly through a drag and drop into the application. FastTracker was designed to be a simple asset tracking application with the ability to add custom metadata tags and metadata fields to the clip records in the database. This allows you, of course, to search easier and find what you need faster. The thumbnail preview gives you an indication of the image, and also if the clip is longer than a few seconds, a thumbnail scroll gives you an indication of the action going on in the clip, so you can add more metadata if needed after the clip has been cataloged. From there, you can drag and drop directly to the application of your choice, referencing the original high-resolution clip on the TerraBlock storage. Now, these applications, of course, are cross-platform, Mac and Windows, and we have auto-indexing functionality, sort of a watch folder, that allows you to set up a directory that will be watched and cataloged whenever new media is added in. A dedicated player allows us to have a wide compatibility among multiple codec types and containers, from MP4s to AVIs, and QuickTimes and MXFs, to still image formats, audio-only formats, really anything that FFmpeg can support in their very large database of codec and containers, we can support through our application and our dedicated player. So I'll show you a few functional areas of the system. First, indexing. Starting with custom catalogs permissioned by user. Those catalogs can contain indexed media, audio, video, still image, graphics files. And if desired, those catalogs can be set to write or read-only access to certain users if you don't want everyone to be changing metadata or adding more files to that catalog. Custom metadata tags in the system allow the user to add more information than just the clip name or the clip path or any metadata that's brought in with the clip, and allows you to really customize the information that's available on that clip and the information that's accessible in the search process. When you search in the system, you can be searching across all the catalogs that you have permission to read or write with Boolean search terms, the not, and, or, which gives you a lot of flexibility in what you're looking for and enables you to narrow down exactly the clip that you need. Finally, when you need to access that media, it isn't a matter of going to find the file. You simply drag it from the interface of the FastTracker directly into the application, and from there you're referencing the high-res media that has been cataloged. So let's take a look at the interface. When you first open the FastTracker on the client workstation, you'll be faced with a user and password login. If you haven't done the network configuration yet, you'll do that, and the IP address is the same as the TerraBlock server that's running the FastTracker server database. I'm going to log in as admin because I want to have access to all the features. The first thing that comes up is the search tab, and anything that's been added in the past hour will show up here immediately in the search tab, and it just so happens to be a clip that I added about a half an hour ago of the first half of this presentation. The first thing you'll need to do, if you don't have catalogs created already, is create a catalog. Since I already have a lot of catalogs here, I wouldn't need to do that, but I'll add a catalog here just for the demo presentation. And catalog description will be FastTracker. Okay, so now I have the catalog that I need, demo presentation. I have all these users already created. If you haven't created users yet, there's a couple ways to do it. First, in the administration tab, you can simply create users, and they can either be admins or not. Admin, of course, has access to all the catalogs without needing permission. Individual users require permission to individual catalogs. All of these users here you can see are normal users except for the admin, which is the admin, which I think is the way that most people will run it. So adding a user here is the first way to do it. Importing from TerraBlock is a second way, and that simply imports all the user accounts from the TerraBlock system that is currently active in the background of the FastTracker, since this is also running on a TerraBlock system in your facility. So back to the catalogs, I can create any catalog I want here and add permissions to whomever I want. Admin already has write access to the catalog since I created the catalog as admin, so I immediately get write access. But I'm going to make myself my GymMC account, also with write permission, Daryl and AE2, and then some of the producers will require just read-only permission to the catalog. Won't be able to change metadata, won't be able to add new clips, but they'll be able to search and be able to view the media and even drag and drop it into an application for approvals and preview of media if they want to do that. Removing permissions, deleting inactive catalogs. If you inactivate a catalog, you can delete it from here. Deleting a catalog puts media into the Delete tab. These are all media files that have been, their catalog has been deleted. So in doing that, I left a lot of orphan files in the Delete tab, but they're not gone. They're just in the Delete tab. I can choose to deactivate them and delete them later on. So now that I have a new catalog, I can go into my Index tab. The Indexing tab allows me to select a catalog. Since I'm admin, once again, I see everything. So Demo Presentation is my new catalog. I can go either to index a directory or index individual files. Individual files, of course, allows me to select certain files within a directory. The indexing of the directory tries to index everything. And when it indexes, it chooses which files to index based on my index extensions filter list. And as you can see here, most everything that you'd want to use is on by default. MOVs, MXF, MTS files, WAV files, PNG, EXRs. Anything that you don't see here that you want to add, just add the 3 letters. For example, my AVI files I may want to have. So the AVI files will now be included in the list of indexed files. Now, sequence extensions for sequence handling are different. That means that DPX, EXR, and target files would automatically be seen as a single clip sequence if they are numbered files. And that's important to know because for DPX files, of course, you don't want to log 1,000 different clips. You want to log one clip that's 1,000 frames long. Sequence handling can either be set to none if you know there's no file sequences, extensions, so it goes by these extensions, or all. So anytime it sees a sequential file naming structure, it automatically makes that a single clip. And the insert mode, simply inserting the data to the database or cataloging, is either going to happen immediately or through an edit. Edit means that I'll be able to see and edit the files that have been indexed in the directory prior to cataloging them. Immediate means that whatever catalog is selected here, any files that it finds in that directory will immediately be placed into the catalog. I'll leave this on edit, so that way I can change the clips before I catalog them. Now, in the index directory window, I can choose to navigate to the volume and to the directory I want to index, and it will bring in those clips with the proper extensions, MOV being the extension here that I've specified indexing in my index extensions. The other way to bring clips into the system is to simply drag and drop. From the volume itself, I grab the directory, copy it directly into the index window, and there's all the clips. So from here, I can choose to do a couple different things. I can open up the clip directly and take a look, and I see this is a beach camera shot, and it was of a surfer, and I think, yeah, he does a Superman at the end here. So I want to be able to add that information to the clip. So I'll add a new tag, a quick little comment. I'll call it beach cam and Superman. I think there's some others in here too I want to take a look at. Also a beach cam shot. Different surfer. So I'm just going to specify this as being a beach cam yellow shirt. All right, so now that I've done that, I can go ahead and add the rest of these into the catalog. I've already selected my demo presentation catalog. It generates the thumbnails for the clips. Thumbnails are a lot easier and faster and less size than proxies, so very quick to index all those clips into the system, and now they're cataloged. Going to the Search tab, I can go into the last 10-minute search of all the catalogs, and there it finds all the clips and their respective metadata. The clips I brought in and I added metadata to them, you can see here, and I do have my Beach Cam Superman comment. So I can search on that. Simply searching on Beach Cam gives me the 2 clips that I added some metadata to, including Beach Cam. If I want Beach Can Superman, let's do a wildcard there. If I want the other clip, I can't remember what I put, but it was not Superman, then the other clip comes up. So using wildcards and Boolean searches, I can narrow down the exact clip that I want, so I can bring that into the application. And so that's what I'll do. I'll go over here and go into my Premiere system. I already have this set up on a clip where I want the other clip to superimpose a picture-in-picture on this interview. So I'll go back into my FastTracker and just drag this down directly onto the timeline, and then drag it in here, go into a picture-in-picture, and make that nice on this clip. So now that's ready to go. So very simply, I was able to
deep right in front of that phone.
Bring in the clip, search on it, bring it into the application, add it to the timeline. If I want to add the rest of the clips that I had to that timeline, I simply go back here and get rid of my search term and bring the rest of these down, add them directly into the bin, and Adobe does a standard import of those clips. And so now I have access to all of them to do with what I will in an editorial process on the Adobe Premiere. While we're talking about Adobe Premiere, let's look at the Collaboration Hub. Collaboration Hub is the way that I'm sharing the project between two workstations. I have one up here on remote desktop, and the other one is the one I've been working with. So what I can do is just move this one out of the way, and this project hasn't been saved yet. So I'll take this and I'll move the changes up to the database with Share My Changes, and I'll just call that Jim's Changes, and share it. So from there, that in new information about the timeline that I've just added, that clip goes up to the database so other people can have access to that change. So on my other workstation here, with the older version of the timeline, I simply go to Adobe Anywhere, Get Latest Changes, and it comes through, grabs the changes I have, and asks me to resolve a difference in the timeline. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shared version and resolve it. And sure enough, there is the clip that I've just added on the other workstation coming up now in my timeline. So this is a great way to share projects between multiple Adobe Premiere workstations, and Facilis supports the entire Adobe Anywhere product line, from standalone Collaboration Hub all the way to the Adobe Anywhere Mercury streaming engines for access to in-house assets from remote editorial clients for full collaboration, regardless of where in the world you happen to be. And Facilis is happy to be supporting Adobe in these types of environments. Going back to the FastTracker and checking some more of this out, other things we can do within the Search tab include setting catalogs. So when I set a catalog, I can determine additional catalogs where I want this clip to live. So if I wanted these clips to maybe live in both my demo presentation and my Surfer Epic catalog, I can do the plus Surfer Epic here. And then the catalogs of that clip has demo presentation and Surfer Epic. If I wanted these other clips here to live in both my Surfer presentation and the Common Elements catalog, I can do that. And that way anyone who has access to the Common Elements catalog would be able to search on and find these particular clips. I can also take away catalogs. So if I don't want these to exist any longer in demo presentation, I can do a minus demo presentation, and they are now just in the Common Elements catalog. This is a great way to assign different users access to different catalogs and change the clips that they have access to simply by changing the catalog representation of each clip. And this is a nice way to sort of disseminate media throughout the facility that's coming into a central point. So an assistant can be passing out media and clips and dailies footage to different productions as they come in, simply by setting the catalog and the clips. Adding new tag, same as I can do in the index window or the browse window, adding new tags from a list of tags that are either standard or customized. The play tab simply plays the clip, same as a double click in this or browse or index. Show in folder opens up the Finder window or the Explorer window on Windows to show the original source media clip. Renaming a clip is a useful thing to do. Be sure you do this before you import the footage to the application, because it will change the name of the clip on the file system itself. So I'm going to turn this clip into WaveWriter. And you can see here, next time I do a search, this comes up now as WaveWriter, and I show in the Explorer window, and sure enough, it is wavewriter.mov. If I want to then delete the clip, I simply go to the delete. It asks me if I want to mark the asset as inactive. I say yes, and it goes away as of the next search that happens on that clip. It goes into the delete window, which if I hit refresh, it shows me down here. Those are my surf shots I have deleted, and those are now gone. That's the search window. Now moving on to the Browse tab. Browse shows me all the catalogs that I have at least read access to. And any of these catalogs can be opened up and browsed. For example, I have my Surfer Epic catalog. I'll open that up. And there's all my offline clips that came in initially with the project with their metadata. And I can search through a number of different volumes that have been used to add data to this catalog. And of course, all the catalogs represent multiple volumes. Some volumes can incorporate multiple catalogs. It really depends on how you want to segment the media and separate what you have. We went over indexing already. Remote indexing is it's a special tool that enables you to set up a folder directory that can be watched for new files that come in. So for example, I have each of these on a 1-hour repeat interval. I could have it every hour, every day, every week, or I could just have it run once. So if I want to take the cataloging and indexing functionality away from the workstation and put it onto the server, I can do that. That way I can be doing other things while the server is cataloging all my data. To set up a watch folder, I first have to select a catalog, my demo presentation catalog, for example, and then choose whether I want to run once, every hour, every day, or every week, and hit Index on Server. This brings up navigation, so I can go into my demo, into my surf shoot, and select that folder. Of course, that's already been indexed, but anything new I add to that folder will be indexed and sent to the demo presentation catalog so I can review it later on. Now, I can delete this catalog anytime I want, along with any others. And that won't delete the catalog entries. It'll simply delete the watch process, so that folder now will not be watched for new media, and it will have to be manually indexed. So a couple other things we should look at. One thing is in the Browse window. You see here, not only can I catalog remote storage, TerraBlock storage, I can also catalog local storage. And my local storage catalogs will show up on every client that has access to the catalog, but it will only be, of course, online on the system that indexed it from their local storage. So this might be a great workflow for bringing in clips from SSD card readers, making them accessible to the rest of the clients in the network, but only online to the workstation that has the card reader until such time as they're copied up to the TerraBlock volume and indexed in place there. One more thing I wanted to mention too about online versus offline media. I have some clips here that are called All American. And from here you can see I have some clips that are in red. I can still see the clips. I can still see a thumbnail scroll and everything, and I can see some basketball players here. But they're not online because they're red. So I don't have the ability to double-click them to open them up into a player. I don't have the ability to play, show in the folder, rename, for example. Now, if I want to get access to that, I simply look for the volume name, media. Now I look for the media volume in my TerraBlock manager, and there it is. I mount that up to my local workstation, and those clips now come online. And with a green bar, I now can open up those clips into the dedicated player, and I can show them in the folder, and of course, I can drag them directly into the Premiere Pro project. So difference between offline and online clips within the FastTracker itself. You still have access to the offline clips even if you don't have the TerraBlock volume online. But if you have it online, you get access to other functionality like the import to the applications and the playback in real time in the dedicated player. I hope this gives you a good overview of FastTracker and how it can help your workflow and your facility with things like indexing, custom catalogs, permissioned on a by-user basis. adding custom metadata tags and fields to multiple records at a time for easy searchability across multiple catalogs, for searching across catalogs with Boolean terms and wildcards, and then being able to access that media, drag and drop to popular editing applications across multiple operating system platforms. So please let us know if you need more information about FastTracker or about the TerraBlock products in general. We can be reached at sales@facilis.com. I can be reached at james@facilis.com, and I hope you have a wonderful day.